Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Cassidy or Starr and I am a Light Renegade, part of a collective of Pleiadian beings, bringing you information from the veil beyond and the cosmos. Hello, welcome. If this is your first time, thank you for being here. I have a channeled message today from Diana, the former Princess of Wales. If you haven't watched any of the videos, you might want to go back and start from the beginning. However, this message is for everyone, so if you feel called to stay here, then please do so. Little bit of housekeeping before. Our fellow Light Renegade Cabello is in the thick of it at the moment, everyone. So if you could send him some grounded healing, we would be very much appreciated again at this time. Yeah, our hearts are with him and we're just really trying to call him back, ground him, call him back. Yeah, so we'd really appreciate that. Thank you. What else? I feel a little bit scrambled. It is quite late in the day here for me, later than I was expecting, and I actually spent all day at the computer, which doesn't happen. Normally I'm on there for a few hours, but I spent from sun up till sundown on a computer, and I couldn't string a sentence together afterwards. I went to go meet some friends and I was like, I can't speak. So all of you out there working on PCs still all day, please protect your energy. Please make sure you are being mindful of your own mind and your vessel when you are working with technology all day. I didn't realize how much it really affects me, so I'm sure that all of you experience that too. Today's message was very kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Transactionary with Diana, I think that's a word. I was really busy today, so she kind of just dropped in and said the message and went again. But I felt pretty emotional while I was channeling this message. I feel like there's some things that is going to resonate with a lot of people in this message and what she's trying to get across. So today's message was titled When Is Enough Enough? And I'm really starting to feel her true personality of what she was like when she was incarnated as Diana, the Princess of Wales. And I think this really shows her humanness and the love that she just has. So yeah, buckle up everyone. This one is a little bit thought-provoking, heart-twinging, I will say. But yeah, that's it from me. I'm going to go ahead and read this message. So she started with, hello beautiful souls. The time has come for me to totally open up about something in my past incarnation that left me feeling hopeless and out in the cold. For the longest time, all I could remember was wanting to be loved. And I had hoped I had found that in Charles. Yet what I was met with was actually nothing but manipulation, which turned into self-degradation and a true lack of awareness of my own personal feelings, or if I even mattered. I was forced into situations and places where I was made to feel the fool, like I didn't matter. And I was merely a baby-making machine, and I knew that is exactly how they saw me. Not all, but most of the royal family. As I have mentioned before, there were many faces and names which I began to collate, and it started to all make sense to me. I wasn't alone either. Before I knew it, people at parties would come to me, would open up, and tell me things they had seen and heard because they trusted me. They knew I was of light, and they had seen me struggle. There was something that had been guided by the light, by the beings of the divine. The level of vulnerability I showed as much as I could, I believed it was just to be me, and at times often weak. I saw the headlines, while some, I knew they initially had ideas to turn the crowds against me, but they couldn't. My light shone so bright, and I would have to admit I made it my personal power to charm. I enjoy the company of true, loving, ordinary, and brilliant people. I didn't want to be the center of attention or do things for attention, much to the disbelief of many. I did what I did, wore what I did, spoke how I did, because that was just me. The extended family did not like this, especially Charles, but again, this wasn't his fault. I learnt to understand he felt left out in the cold and unseen in many areas of his life when he was younger, before I even showed up. I had compassion for him, on all of whom I saw, the real them, not the images you see in papers and magazines, but the true them. I could see how they were all stuck in some way, in something which they felt like they had no control over. My anger would subside at times, and I was truly able to let myself see them as human and hurting. Although I know some aspects of that idea couldn't be further from the truth. I knew I had to do something for everyone. Every person I saw that succumbed to the darkness, I knew somewhere deep down they had light, and maybe not while I was alive, but maybe after my passing, I hoped that they one day too could change. They could try and do something about all of this, the theft of the young lives, the murder, the savagery, and the hate. I made it my personal purpose to remain as human as I possibly could, no matter what I heard, no matter what I saw, no matter what I believed to be true evil that ran through the walls of all the grand homes I'd seen. I knew there had to be more to the story, more to all of it. No one is born evil, I would think to myself. I still believe this to be true. From where I am now, I can see and truly understand where all the dots connect, and it is something far more expansive than the little Diana you saw could ever possibly comprehend. I was trying my hardest to remain me, to show up for my children, to be a great mother and advocate for peace and humanity. I knew the public relied on me to be a pillar of strength, hope, and shine my light and love. This was no chore, but in contrast to what was going on behind the scenes, it was becoming increasingly difficult to keep up appearances. That was until I met him, my love, Dodie. And that was it for today. Yeah, it felt short and bittersweet, I think a lot of us can feel out of place in our lives, and especially being expansive souls, I think that sometimes you feel really out of place and you don't know where to go or where to turn. And I think sometimes some people come in and they scoop you up and they take you on their path because you don't know where you're supposed to be going, and that's not always the best path for you. And that's definitely something that I have experienced in my life. And I think we go into everything with the highest hopes of that it's going to make us happy, or that there's going to be something there of love for us. And I think unfortunately sometimes we're not all met with that, and I think that everyone can take a little note of that and really think about yourselves and the places that you've been, the places that you want to go, and truly know yourself, because that's the only way to truly save yourself, is if you know self, because then you aren't able to be coerced, you aren't able to be pushed down a path that's not for you. And I really felt Diana's emotion in this, and I thought I've been there too, not perhaps in the most extreme circumstances that she was in, but I've been led down the wrong path. I've been led astray. I've allowed myself to be manipulated by people, and people that didn't have my highest worth in mind. And that felt really sad to me. It made me really think about some things in my past and just have compassion for myself in those spaces, and to really hold myself accountable, and also allow myself the grace of forgiveness for self. So if this is triggering, and if you are in a situation like that now, or you feel like you've been in a situation like that in the past, allow yourself the compassion to take note of that, and to understand that anything is possible and you don't have to stay stuck. I think that moving forward, we're all going to feel our hearts absolutely bursting for this brighter path and a way of hope and salvation. And I think, you know, it's really here for us. So now's the time to step forward in that and allow yourself to be as free as you can be, whatever that looks like to you. And this might be something small. This might be, you know, making sure you're not spending all day at the computer. I have learnt my lesson today. I'm not going to be doing that again. Or at least trying to take as many breaks as I can. That's something that I really had to take note of today. So how can you love self more? I think that was the main message that was coming through here, is that Diana felt really confused and didn't love herself from the beginning. And I think the journey that she went on was a journey of finding love for herself and appreciation for self. And it really showed her how strong she was, how beautiful she was inside and out. And I think that, you know, the relationship she had with everyone just showed her how amazing she was. She was able to see in their eyes how beautiful she was. And that allowed her to see herself shine. And I think that happens, you know. I think that we have a massive impact on those around us, and sometimes we don't hear it from people, but we can see it, you know. It's one of those things that when you start on your healing journey, you realize just how many people are on that journey with you, and you start to see it, and you start to see people really shining around you, and it's a really beautiful thing to witness. And I think some of you are already there, or some of you know that you're well on your way and know that it's not just you. You're healing for lots of people. You're healing for your family. You're healing for your friends. You're healing for your lineage, you know, where you come from in many different aspects, many different lives, many different star systems. We're helping everyone move forward. So how can you move forward with self today is a message that's going to keep coming through, I think, every single time, because it takes true grit and true strength to show up for self. So be kind to self, love on self, and keep showing up. Thank you again for being here, everyone, and I really appreciate your comments and your insight. And I do really feel really blessed to be here. I'm really grateful for every single one of you, and I appreciate you reaching out to me and also sharing your insight. You know, I do still feel very much like a newcomer to some things with regards to this. Obviously, I have all the information coming through me, but you know, this is a whole new territory this lifetime for me, and I've only just begun to wake up. So know that there's hope for you. If I've made it this far, let me tell you, there is hope for you too, and I don't say that lightly. Obviously I say it in jest, but really I will share more of my personal story going on. But yeah, I shouldn't be here. I realized this a few weeks ago. I was speaking to a family member, and we kind of just had a little cry together, because I thought, if I wasn't so protected and loved by the divine, I by right shouldn't still be alive. And that really hit me, and I thought, yeah, I have something special to do here, and I have to honor that. You know, the days where I feel discouraged or I feel like I'm out of my depth, it's like, no, I'm supposed to be here. So if you are feeling that too, know that I see you, I feel you, and if you are watching these, it's because we are of an energetic power. And if you don't feel in your full energetic capacity, I promise you it's coming, and the full remembrance is coming for all of us, and that's going to be a really beautiful moment. But if you would like to work with any of us, obviously it's just Anna Maria and myself at the moment, whilst KB is still doing some healing. But if you would like to work with us in terms of your energy system, or you would like to work with us in terms of activations, in terms of light language or chakra activations and past lives, then please do let us know. Just send us an email, or you can email me personally. Everything is in the description below. But sorry it's a bit later today and I'm a bit frazzled, so I hope that came through. Yeah, I hope that was received well, and I hope to have more time with Diana tomorrow. I've got a little bit of a less busy schedule, so I really want to fit in some time to speak to her too, and sort of see where she's at, this fractal of her. So I'm looking forward to that. So I will see you tomorrow, everyone. Bye.